Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing a video on the new League Tournament Cup, which is the Spring Cup. So for the Spring Cup, for this first part of the video, I'm just going to sort of explain the meta, and then I'm going to show you guys how I team build, and then I'm going to run the team in a few videos, and then you'll see how to play this Spring Cup. Okay, so here you see basically this is the PvP Poke website where you can get the latest meta scores of every Pokemon that is in the latest cups. So if you look at the Spring Cup, up front at number 1 is Galarian Weezing, Shadow or non-Shadow, both I think are useful in as the top Pokemon. Okay, and then if you go down, basically it's just the water and grass having a very huge part in the meta. Now I want to take a look at this position here for you guys. Here between 90.3 and 89.5, this is actually a very big jump. If you notice, this is a 8-point jump from Tentacruel to Ferrothorn. What this means is that actually, if you just take a look at the meta, it's very dominant with the top 3 Pokemon dominating. Okay, it's basically dominated by Ferrothorn, Lapras, and Galarian Weezing. And why is it so? Because currently there's no fire, there's no out and out fighting. If you are a fighter like Poliwrath or like Mawile with the Power Punch, you basically have weaknesses to whatever Lapras can hit you with, which is neutral, sparkling aria, or let's say for Poliwrath it will be the super effective Psy Waves. For Ferrothorn, there's no fighting, right? So same thing, there's no fighting. If you face against Mawile, yes, you would be doing you would basically be double countered, because if Mawile has Fire Fang and Power Punch, then it does so effective against you. But all you have to do then is just to get the Mawile onto Galarian Weezing or Lapras, and that would be okay. And then you have also Galarian Weezing, which is basically the grass counter. So every one of his charge moves are aimed at any grass Pokemon. You can either use Overheat or Sludge, and then you have a Fairy Wind as the fast charging fast move. Now, what these 3 Pokemon at the top doesn't have is actually very damaging fast moves. So with the lack of the fast moves, they are actually very alignment based. You need to get them on alignment so that then you proper charge moves onto the correct Pokemon, because you don't have very high fast move damage. Okay, just take a look at the rest of the meta. They don't go beyond 7. So like let's say from the most maybe is Tentacruel to Abomasnow. It's like there's like a 7-point jump, but this is basically the threshold, which is the 8-point jump. Basically anything below here is, for me, is known as like a anti-meta or like not really meta pick. So once you use things below like a Tentacruel, Abomasnow, Klefki, against the top 3, you will be having problem. So as long as you don't have any of these top 3 Pokemon in your team, it's going to be slightly difficult for you to climb in the Spring Cup. And also, I think this Spring Cup is very limited, so you need the correct moves onto the top 3 Pokemon like Lapras, Ferrothorn, and Weezing. I don't have Overheat for this today's video. I do have Overheat right now because I just finished like 5 raids just to get the enough charge TMs, and you'll see the difficulty that I face when I don't have Overheat. Okay, I think currently I'm running Play Rough and Sludge due to some other cup that I used Weezing on. But yeah, basically I have Weezing with only Sludge, and it was quite useless. Well, not so useless. It's still good as a treasure point, but it's not really damaging, as in it could nuke something. Yeah. So maybe some anti-meta picks that I would also recommend. I think Among Us is quite good with the power play. Astonish and power play, it's very neutral, but same thing, if you face like Ferrothorn, you still can't, everything's resisted on Ferrothorn or neutral, and Ferrothorn is so bulky and big. And then you have, okay, Among Us does good into Galarian Weezing because it resists everything except for overheat, but you need to get Weezing to 7 counts of Fairy Wing, then you can probably expect the overheat. But again, you're doing neutral Sludge Bomb and neutral Astonishes, which is also not bad for Among Us. And then I think Mawile is also a very good, one of the very good picks as well, but it's below here because on top there's basically dominated by grass because the grass eats water and there's nothing that truly counters grass except for Mawile. So you do have a lot of neutral counters for Mawile. Like you just take a look at Mawile, right? Anything that anything that it loses to basically anything that is not grass, water, Lapras, Weezing, Medicine, this kind of things. But it still is a good pick. So it's probably one of the good starters if you wanted to look at like outside of the top 3, because you can just play Mawile and then like an ABB style to defeat double grass. So you can be like Mawile and then you can play Galarian Weezing and then you can play Mantine or something like that can defeat grass, or like Abominable Snow, yeah, or like basically Mawile, Ferrothorn, and then Galarian Weezing. And then again, you still use Ferrothorn, right? So you basically have 2 of the top 3 Pokemon. And now let's take a look at my team, which is the Lapras with Ice Beam and Sparkling Aria. And Lapras needs to be running Ice Beam because you probably have a very high chance, if not high chance, it's a 100% chance of seeing Ferrothorn. So Skull Bash will be doing resisted onto Ferrothorn. Ice Beam is resisted by 1 stage, so it's still better. But other than that, because there's also a whole lot of grass, you need the Ice Beam. It will definitely benefit you over Skull Bash. Then we have Galarian Weezing as the safe swap. In these few battles, I didn't really use it as a very safe swap. And then we have Ferrothorn with Bullet Seed, Power Whip, and I decided to go with Mirror Shot. Now, if you take a look at the battles later, there will be a point where I face Ferrothorn against Ferrothorn, and that is like a stall battle. If you play the Pokemon main games, you basically know that there's this tactic called stall. So I decided to run Mirror Shot because it has a chance to debuff the attack of the opposing Ferrothorn by 1 stage. So if you run Mirror Shot, it does less damage onto Ferrothorn than the Flash Cannon. I do understand that, but it allows you to get HP lead, which is something that is very weird in this cup. It's not very relevant in the main open Great League, but you get a HP lead with the Mirror Shot because you take less damage but you do significantly more damage. And then that allows you to preserve the HP of your Pokemon, and then when the timeout happens, you basically win because you have more Pokemon HP. So I'm going to explain how the timeout rule works as well. So timeout basically is like when the battle ends, which I think is 5 minutes. I can't remember what's the time, the full timer. When the battle ends, the winner of the battle, if let's say there's no like ending yet, that means if none of the 3 Pokemon are knocked out, or neither one of any 3 Pokemon of the 2 players are knocked out, they count by the number of Pokemon first. So if you have more Pokemon, you win. But if you have the same number of Pokemon, they take the total addition of all the Pokemon HP, and then the winner is the one that has the most HP. So you can have basically 3 Pokemon with like 1 HP, but your opponent has 1 Pokemon with a full HP, and it times out and you still win. Okay, so that's how the timeout system works. So now we're gonna go into some videos, and I hope you guys like the video. And I think I'll have better ones tomorrow because I'll have the overheat Galarian Weezing. But today we are playing with Galarian Weezing with Sludge and play rough. Okay, hello everybody. Okay, sorry, this is the animation of my first win. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys the team that I've been using. So which is okay, I'm going to start with Lapras, Galarian Weezing as a safe swap, and Ferrothorn. Not a very good safe swap currently because I don't have overheat in this video, but tomorrow onwards you'll see the overheat. Okay, as a start we have Lapras into Pelipper. Good lead, I think. We are neutral. We do basically everything is resisted damage, but I'm doing neutral side waves and he's doing neutral wing attacks, and I charge a little bit faster. So we'll see what he does. I think he's going to go for Hurricane. I really think so, because he's expecting me not to shield. So I'm going to shoot a Hurricane first, and he pivots out into Trevenant. So I'm going directly for the Ice Beam. This is the reason why you need Ice Beam on Lapras. I take Trevenant out, and now he comes in with his Tropius. Again, I'm going directly for the Ice Beam, but I'm going to try and catch Tropius off the Leaf Blade. So Leaf Blade is 4 counts of I think this is wing attack. Yeah, so we're going for the super effective Sludge. Okay, at any point here he's going to switch out because he's basically in a bad matchup. So I'm going to no shield this. So the arrow is, I'm going to do 1 and then fire. Okay, this is going to be back to a Pelipper. I don't really mind Weezing throwing the Sludge into Pelipper because I know I still have Ferrothorn at the back that can deal with Tropius. So firing the next Sludge and then coming in with Ferrothorn after that. And that should be game over. Yep. So there should be no way where Tropius is able to win this scenario with a 1 shield Ferrothorn. And yeah, I don't even have to use a shield as well. So although everything is resisted, but I do see the reason why maybe Flash Cannon could be used here, because then you can nuke your opponent. Mirror Shot here will do very good low damage. So yeah. And considering I still have the charge move on Lapras, so game 2. This is a win on game 2. Okay, we are in the next match. Lapras into Ferrothorn, bad lead, so I'm going to switch out into Weezing. And he switches into Tentacruel. Now, Tentacruel does resist the overheat, so it's good that I don't have it anyway. I'm going directly straight for Sludge just before his first move. It could be Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave will take out my Weezing at this range. So I'm going to spam as fast as possible on the Sludges. So I'm going to try and go for okay, I know it's Acid Spray. Why? Because Acid Spray is 6 and Sludge Wave is actually 10. So I know I can take the Acid Spray at this point. So I don't know why I'm going to went for the debuffing move. Yeah, and now I'm going to let Weezing go because now he's already down a shield after the... Yep, and coming with Lapras to try and farm down the Tentacruel. So after this, you'll see that I switch directly into Ferrothorn. So now we have a Ferrothorn 1 shield against a Ferrothorn 2 shield with Lapras. So Lapras has at least close to the Sparkling Aria, and I want to save it for the last guy. Okay, so I think this is the part where we see the stall tactic. So everything is resisted. He's doing Thunders, I'm doing Power Whip because I don't have a better move like Flash Cannon. I could have Flash Cannon, but I don't have enough charge TMs to change it right now. So I'm going for the Mirror Shot on Ferrothorn. But here, okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to get as much damage as possible onto Ferrothorn so that my Lapras can farm down even with the 2 shield scenario. Yeah, and I'm gonna let him like take me out. Yep. So Power Whip is always resisted, and I'm going to try and farm down. Here I'm coming in, going to shield everything because this is a super effective charge move, and I'm trying to farm down. I'm going for a direct undercharge onto Ferrothorn because I think the HP is just too high for me to farm down, so I need to... Yep, and now comes in with Dugong. So this is a very bad option because Dugong resists everything on Lapras, and I think he can do super effective drill runs. Sorry, not super effective, neutral drill runs. Yeah, which is annoying. So I'm gonna try and catch on to Ferrothorn, but if you see later on, I think it still does. It's still not very good onto. Like it doesn't help, you know. Yeah, so now I'm doing a debuffed Sparkling Aria. And I go for the catch. I do catch, but I think it's still too much because my Lapras is at too low of HP to do anything. Yeah, and he caught Ferrothorn. So bad thing, I could have farmed up to 2. Yeah, and time's up. So yeah, so you saw there, Lapras and Dugong wins because he has a high HP, and yeah, that's why I lost the game. So basically from here on, I needed to adjust my strategy to try and make sure that I chip down the Ferrothorn or whatever Pokemon that is tanky at the back before I switch out. Okay, so that's very, very important in this current cup meta. Okay, we're going into next match. Weezing into Lapras. Good lead, so I'm going to stay in and try and do some damage. He decides to stay in as well. He's going to go for the first Sludge. So I'm going to take the first Sludge. And then he switches out into Credit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire just before he fires a Rock Tomb. And then I'm going to switch out to Ferrothorn after that. So Ice Beam coming in, he no-shields this, I go into Ferrothorn. So now everything is resisted onto Ferrothorn. I can just farm down onto Creditly. It will be a very long farm down, but yeah, it's still possible. Another Rock Tomb coming in. Yep, so he's double debuffed my move. I have to fire because I don't want to lose that much HP onto Ferrothorn. Keeping in mind of the switch timer as well. So yeah, so now I have a Pokemon lead basically. Win switch, win Pokemon lead. I'm gonna try and debuff the Weezing twice because I want it to be debuffed basically. And then I'm gonna let this go. So now Weezing is low. I have almost a full HP Lapras with another Weezing at the back. So I'm just constantly going for Mirror Shot because Power Whip is going to be resisted anyway. And now Weezing comes in directly coming with a lot of Ninetales. Yep, so this is probably game over. So doing super effective Sludge, and I do pace faster than Ninetales. Ninetales does 5 to the first Weather Ball, and I do 4 to the next Sludge. So yeah, it should be a game. And with the shield advantage right now, shield advantage, energy advantage, I should be able to win this battle with Weezing. If not, Lapras still has a move, and yeah, it should be game over for him. Yep, side shot coming in. I'm just gonna go directly for Sludge. He catches on the Weezing, so I'm gonna underpower this Sludge, but it's gonna still knock out. Okay, I believe Ninetales only has Weather Ball here. Oh, it's side shot. Okay, so yeah, and now we come in with Lapras. And that's game over. Yeah. So this game pretty good. I managed to flip the Ferrothorn. Was it a Ferrothorn? Oh no, it's a Weezing. I managed to keep alignment basically. Okay. In limited cups, I think alignment is very, very important. Once you get alignment, you should be able to take out your opponent's Pokemon. So it all depends. Oh, this is a legend skin. So let's go. Lapras into Ferrothorn. Okay, switching out into Weezing. So let's see what opponent does. He stays in for a while. I believe it's Power Whip or Mirror Shot. Okay, so he does the same thing. So he's going into his own Galarian Weezing. I'm going for Sludge. He wins CMP. So that's alright. I'm taking the first Sludge. We have 2 banked. So I'm going to do 1 more and then fire the next Sludge. So we'll try to, yeah, so we draw a shield. And we have a shield advantage now. Okay, the reason why I also want to try and go for shield advantage if we can't win switch advantage is because once we have shield advantage, I can basically use Ferrothorn or Lapras to nuke with the Ice Beam or like the very powerful Power Whip. Now we win switch and we win shield advantage, so wonder why opponent did that. Okay, Ferrothorn. Now we switch into our own Ferrothorn. And now here comes the stall game. So this is gonna go on for a while. So I'm just gonna Mirror Shot. So opponent tried to go for Mirror Shot. I think he's trying to stall me. I'm just gonna go directly for the Power Whip. As you can see, I'm doing slightly more damage because it's Power Whip, and because Mirror Shot is not doing a lot. Yeah, I'm just going directly for the Power Whip. Yeah, I would not go for Mirror Shot if I'm already ahead on health, because I know that I will always be damaging Ferrothorn more than what Ferrothorn is damaging me. And okay, this is where I read the predictability of the opponent. He keeps firing on like the exact timing of the mirror shot. So I was able to catch onto Weezing to try and get rid of my debuff. And now that I'm debuffed, I'm trying to debuff him because he's already low on health and I got a debuff. So now we are ahead on damage, health, and basically stats. Yeah, mirror shot coming in and he doesn't debuff me, so I'm basically ahead. I'm going for a second debuff. So if he wants to stall, I'm going to stall together with him and we can stall the game. Anyway, I have 2 shields, right? So we can use him whenever we want. This is going to be a mirror shot again. I'm going to end a mirror shot. Yeah, so it's going to be like a stall game. Coming with Lapras to try and farm down, and now we see a Jellicent. Okay, so we have Lapras with 2 shields and Jellicent. He's going to fire the Shadow Ball first. I'm going to have to shield this up. It's going to be a Shadow Ball. He's going to have 2 more to the next one. I think he overfarmed it. So we're going to fire the first Falcon Aria just before. And see, it doesn't do a lot of damage. Okay, I should have done probably 3 counts before I fire again. Yeah, and then now timer is up. If you see 9 seconds counting down, I'm going to basically use my shield again. He still has 1 shield, but time's up. And the winner is the guy with the highest HP. So my Ferrothorn wins his Ferrothorn, my Lapras wins his Jellicent, which means that I have the high HP. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, basically 4 games I'm able to showcase, and yeah, this is basically the Spring Cup meta, if you guys want to call it that. Okay. Earlier in the game, I tried to experiment with Shadow Fragator, Equalizer Bond, but a lot of these, like I said, in the PvP poke rankings, the reason why there's a 8-point drop between Lapras and everything else below is very clear here, right? So, okay, Lapras into Whiscash. He will be beating me to a Mud Bomb, so I will let this one go, soak up the Mud Bomb damage. We're going to farm up to 9 and then fire, because Mud Bomb takes 10 moves, so we're going to fire up to 9 turns. Going to go for this Sparking Aria, and then he should be firing 1 more. I will take the second one. So I can't switch out, because if I switch out to Weezing, it's basically super effective, so I gotta stay in with Lapras. Same thing, 9 moves and then fire. We go, and he lets it go. So we win switch, and we have a bit of energy, and now we see Thunder Crow. So I'm going to switch into Weezing, and he's similarly swapped into Ferrothorn, which is now he's taking super effective for my Fairy Winds and super effective for my Starges. Yeah, so bad move. He should probably have shielded Whiscash, but given that now he's using things that are not meta, basically my whole team is the top 3 Pokemon. Yeah, so you basically see the reason why I'm winning. Yeah, so that's game number 1 of the second set, I think. Going into the second game, Lapras to Weezing, again, very good lead. So staying in, he switches out into Ferrothorn. I'm going to farm a little bit and try to chip him. Okay, so this is where the strategy comes in. I'm not sure if I win this game, but let's see how it goes. I'm going to chip him down a little bit so that he has a significant difference in health, and then I come in with my Ferrothorn to try and mirror shot. Again, everything is no shield here, so yeah, Thunder is not effective. Yeah, I'm going to try and debuff. Do I get a debuff? No, I don't get a debuff. So after I don't get a debuff, I'm going to try a second time. But after the second time, I'm not going to try anymore if there's failing debuffs, because I need the Power Whips to hit harder. And yeah, so we're going to try for a debuff again. Again, I don't get a debuff, so you can see me clicking directly on the Power Whip here. Yeah, because now we are basically both at similar HP. I think I'm slightly more, but after this Thunder, I will be lesser, so I gotta go for the harder hitting Power Whip. So now we're both equal. I'm going to try and farm down from here. He switches into his own Weezing, so now we are on energy lead. I think it's a late switch, right? So we have Ferrothorn, which is low. He also has a Ferrothorn, which is low. So now the question is, what does he have at the back? Which I'm questioning whether it's Lapras or not. I'm gonna Yeah, so now just going to spam out the Stargers onto the opponent Galarian Weezing. I'm gonna let the first one go, and I know I can hit the second one. So he's either gonna let me take him out or use a shield, because start at this range will take out. So the shield comes in, I'm gonna come in with Lapras to try and soak the damage. Okay, so this should draw out the last guy. And yeah, here comes Ferrothorn. So I'm going to notice the catch was coming in, right? So I'm going to just keep tapping the side waves. And there's Greninja. So this is a bit tricky because Greninja does very hard hitting Night Slashes. I'm trying to catch the Night Slash onto Ferrothorn. That's the aim. So I'm going to shield, go for the Sparkling Aria first. Everything is resisted onto Greninja. So I'm trying to catch. I do get a catch. And then from here I'm coming in with Galarian Weezing. But the thing is, I was already too. Yeah, he has Galarian Weezing. He catches on Galarian Weezing. Okay, so here I should have watched out for the catch because now I have no energy for Greninja. Yeah, and he's able to take out both me and both the Galarian Weezing and Lapras. Yeah, so because of the catch. But yeah, if not, I should be able to win that game. And now here I think it's freezing. Oh wait, no, I do win. Okay, yeah, I do reach a move. Okay, so I think I was recording another game. But yeah, yeah, so the strategy, so if you see Ferrothorn, basically you gotta chip it a little bit. You can't let Ferrothorn get away with full HP. So yeah, let's go into the next few matches. And also another thing, Lapras is quite tank. I think it can take a few bullet seeds, given that bullet seeds is not very damaging. Again, Ferrothorn lead, so I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna go for the first Sparking Aria whenever I can. I don't really care if it's on bad timing because I just want to get it off, and I'm trying to switch out before I stall. So yeah, now it's a stalling game. I believe it's Mirror Shot. Okay, it's Flash Cannon. So this is the difficult part. Flash Cannon. So I'm not going to go for Mirror Shot because Flash Cannon does not super effective. It does exceedingly more damage than I'm supposed to be doing. So he's going to get the HP lead later because of the Flash Cannon. So I need to fire all my Power Whips, and this is my thought process. But Flash Cannon does 6 bullet seeds, so I can at least do I can at least do 3 Power Whips before he does 2 Flash Cannons, which is a good thing. So I'm trying to get a debuff here on Mirror Shot, and I do get a debuff. So he comes in with Tentacruel, and now I'm coming with the Lapras super effective side waves, going for the Sparkling Aria. And now everything should be neutral or onto Lapras, but I just didn't want to take very hard hitting Slash Wave. Fortunately, it's a Surf, so I know that he's running Surf and either Surf and Slash Wave, which makes him very long to charge, or Surf and Acid Spray, which means I can count the Acid Spray and like predict the move. I'm going to go for the second shield and try to calm down on Ferrothorn at this point. So with the counts, I'm going to try and catch. Yep, and I failed the catch. So we have a Gastrodon here. Okay, this is a very hard scenario. I think this is the one where we lost because now we are on double shield down, and Gastrodon into Galarian Weezing is a very difficult matchup. So I don't see any way out from here, which is something that the opponent also did. He tried to chip my Ferrothorn as much as possible, and then he knew that Gastrodon was gonna be good for the backline, which was correct. So this is power coming in. So I think what was funny is that he did not switch in Gastrodon to the Weezing. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think that's where it was a bit confusing. Okay, so let's go into next match. Have Lapras into Cherim. Okay, Cherim does not super effective. I should have stayed in here, and this is a mistake. He has Dazzling Gleam and Weather Ball Fire. The only thing that's so effective is the Bullet Seeds, which is why I should have stayed in with Lapras. Okay, now we have Weezing against Weezing, so Stargers coming in and out. Close to knocking out, so I'm going to try and take switch advantage here. I'm going to shield up and try to farm down. He does the double sludge. I think I do take this one and I'm trying to farm down. Okay, now we have switch. Weezing is probably useless at this point. So yeah, we have Cherim. I'm gonna fire this with active sludge first. And this is the mistake. I should have come in with Lapras because everything else is resisted, but he has super effective Weather Ball on Cherim, which is a bit something that I didn't expect. So this is me not reading meta properly on PvP book. So at this point, I think I'm doing resisted everywhere and he's doing super effective Weather Balls. I let this go and now I'm trying to put everything on Lapras with the one shield. I think I'm gonna try and catch onto Weezing. Let's see what happens. There's Linking coming in. Okay, so I shield up. I think this is just a Weather Ball. Yeah, it's a bait Weather Ball. So farming up to doubles swapping areas. This should be able to knock out from this range. Cherim is quite frail. And there's a Ferrothorn. So from here I know it's quite game over. Yeah. Yep, so okay, and now we go into the last match. This should be I think it's quite a long match. Let's see. Okay, Mawile. So this is the first time we showcase Mawile in this video. So Mawile does it does with active power up punch, but I can take the first one because Lapras is quite tank. So we're gonna go for the swapping area. This is neutral, and I think this is a Shadow Mawile. So he shields. Okay, so now we get shield advantage. I'm gonna go for one shield scenario here. So we're gonna use the shields whenever we can. Power punch. This will hurt a little bit. Okay, opponent swaps. So I think he predicted my catch. So my move time. So I reckon it. Now I'm coming in with Galarian Weezing because I know Bug Buzz will do super effective on neutral on Ferrothorn. So I'm going to try and put the bug type moves onto the resisted Weezing. So I should be no shooting here because it's either Bubble Beam or Bug Buzz, and you'll see yes, it's totally resisted. So I can just farm a bit more. We have about halfway to the next sludge. And we'll see the Mawile coming in. So this is a bit tricky because I'm doing resisted sludges which I preferred if I would have overheat. Yeah, and he's gonna take me out here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save my shield for Ferrothorn and Lapras because and Lapras same thing. So now he swaps in with Ferrothorn. I'm going to start chipping on Lapras, coming on. Yeah, so now we have one shield. It's very easy to get the advantage here because Ferrothorn, and again he goes with Thunder, so now I go with Mirror Shot. So whatever I do on my next move depends on whether it's a Thunder or whether it's a Flash Cannon on the second move. Some people run Thunder because of the water types, some people run Flash Cannon because of the harder nuke onto mirror matches. I run Mirror Shot because I want to debuff my opponent. And and now he comes in with the super effective fast moves. I'm going to fire the Power Whip. This will take out because he's Shadow. And now we are at 2 Pokemon and 1 shield versus Ferrothorn. So I'm going to shield up. And just in case it times out, so I'm going to go a little bit more. Thunder will not knock out Ferrothorn. And I'm going to go for the Power Whip. The second one should knock out, so we're going to go for double Power Whips here. We reach the second Power Whip, so very tricky matches because we are basically in a limited cup and there's basically nothing past the first 3 Pokemon. And I think, so that's probably the meta. If you have basically knowledge of meta, I think it's very easy to play into. And just play these 3 Pokemon. I think it can't go wrong. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one tomorrow with the Weezing Overheat. Now I'll try to get some nukes on Overheat. Thank you.